You're not going to tell him what bothers you. You're not going to beg him for you to be understood with your mascara running down your face, begging him to apologize to you, giving all your emotional power away. Instead, lean back, talk a little less, and just observe. Mentally take notes on what he did. First time, let him bother you. You give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he didn't know better. The second time something similar happens, you will set a boundary. You're not going to complain. You're not going to nag. You're not going to approach him with any negativity. You're going to approach the situation with emotional supremacy. And in very few words, you're going to let him know that he has the ultimatum of either repeating his actions or needing to change if he wants you in his life. That's all you need to do. You do not need to repeat yourself. Keep your mouth shut and observe his actions. Be smart, play dumb. Third time strike, you just pack your stuff and leave. I'm gonna leave, you don't deserve me. You're not gonna do that. You don't even flinch because you took mental notes on his behavioral patterns that he kept repeating. When you learn to be smart and play dumb and mentally observe his actions rather than listen to his words, you're not the type of woman that one day is shocked because he cheated. You're not the type of woman that thinks, oh my God, how could he walk all over me? Oh my God, I never saw this coming. No. Because right from the start, you were reading him all along. And one day when you decide to walk out of his life because you've been observing his behavioral patterns that kept repeating and proving to you that he's not a man worthy of your time, he's gonna be the one that is shocked that you are leaving, that he lost you. That is how you set boundaries and handle disrespect with class, pride, and your dignity still intact.
Here is how you're going to handle someone disrespecting you without being overly emotional or internalizing that person's behavior onto yourself. First and foremost, you have to realize and understand that you cannot control anyone else's behavior. The only thing you have control over is how you respond and what you choose to think about yourself and the situation. So when someone disrespects us, our first inclination is to react. But doing that can cause a lot of strain and harm in the relationship, especially if this is with someone that you want to have in your life long term. So instead of reacting, you take the time to respond. And here's how you're going to do that. Look at yourself as an establishment or a business. And in your establishment, there is a certain level of decorum. Whatever that means to you, whatever the rules of your establishment are, that's fine. So if someone comes in and does something that threatens your establishment or the ambiance in your business, you can do two things. If you feel like they should no longer be welcome, you can simply have them removed or escorted out of the establishment. So in real life, that would sound something like, hey, this is a behavior that I noticed. This is something you did that I did not appreciate and I will not tolerate, and I don't wish to continue this relationship any further. Or two, you can have a discussion with this person and let them know that, hey, this kind of behavior, this thing that you did does not work here. We don't operate that way. What can we do to solve this problem? What that does is it clearly expresses your boundary and it gives them the opportunity to decide if they want to respect it or not. And if they choose the latter, respectfully, they can be escorted out as well.
The next time someone disrespects you, whether it's like via text or in person, they've said something, they've done something, you're not going to freeze. This is what you're going to say. I've got you. You're going to take a big breath. We're doing this from a place of like, cunt. Do you know what I mean? And you're going to say, I'm sorry that I've given you the impression that I would tolerate that level of disrespect. That's it. Because what? They're just going to sit there and choke.
How to respond to disrespect. Number one, with 10 seconds of nothing, don't say a word. See, for 10 whole seconds, they're going to have to sit alone with their words, then play back what they just said. And by you not giving them the reaction that they wanted, they'll feel exposed while you look controlled. Number two, calmly and assertively say, that's below my standard of respect, period. Or that's below my standard for a response. What you're saying is what you just did is beneath my values, beneath me. You flip the power dynamic. And number three, understand that no matter what they say in response, it will pale in comparison to the message that you just sent them, that you will stand your ground and you will hold by your standard. And that's how to respond to disrespect. So try that.
Here are 5 ways to respond to a disrespectful remark without sounding rude. Respond with silence, because some disrespectful remarks aren't worth your emotional effort. If you must respond, don't respond with an impulsive reaction. Pause and think through your response. Detach yourself from the disrespect and clearly state your boundary by saying something like, "This is way beneath me. I take it that you may not know a lot about me." Tell them in a quiet but firm tone, "The way you just spoke to me is trespassing, and I'm giving you the permission to say this to me again in a more polite way." This will send the signal to them that you are not a pushover. In a situation where the disrespect is really derogatory of you, you can use non-verbal cues like gently getting up and removing your presence from the situation by walking away majestically or shaking your head in disagreement.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel. So in today's video, guys, we'll be talking about um the important topic, how to handle disrespect from men. This is something that can happen in relationship, friendships, or even casual situations. And it can really impact how we feel about ourselves if we don't know how to address it. So if you have ever felt dismissed, belittled, or disrespected, this video is for you. I'm gonna walk you through the signs of disrespect, how to handle it confidently, and how to set boundaries that can make you clear you want to relate anything less than respect. So let's get into it. Recognizing the signs. First of all, let's talk about how to actually spot disrespect. Sometimes it's obvious, but sometimes it's really subtitled. Some of the common signs, talking of dismissing your opinions or using a condensing tone, and let's not forget those jokes that don't feel very funny because they're actually at your expense. For example, let's say you're sharing something meaningful and he brushes it off with something like, "Oh, you're being so sensitive." Red flags are red, guys. This is not just about difference opinion. It's about him not valuing what you have to say. If this is happening, don't ignore it. The first step to handle disrespect is always recognize it for what it is, so you don't end up second guessing yourself or making excuses for him. Reflect why respect matters. Now let's pause and talk about why respect is such a big deal. Think of respect like the foundation of any healthy relationship. If that's missing, there's no solid ground to build trust or love. Without respect, things can go downhill quickly. You deserve to be treated with kindness, empathy, and appreciation. Remember, your value doesn't depend on how someone else treats you. Knowing that deep down can really help you stay strong when someone tries to chip away at your confidence. How do you respond to disrespect? So now that we can spot disrespect and know why we deserve better, let's talk about how to respond. When someone disrespects you, especially if it's a guy you're dating or someone you know, try to react emotionally. Instead, take a deep breath and respond calmly. Example, let's say he makes a comment that feels off. Instead of snapping back, you could say something like, "Hey, that comment didn't sit well with me." You don't need to go into a big explanation, just a calm statement. That's let him know you want to rate it. Setting boundaries calmly but firmly show that you're serious about how you want to be treated without getting pulled into unnecessary drama. Setting boundaries. You have to set boundaries. Is it your best friend here? When someone crosses the line, make it clear what it is and it's not okay. For instance, if a guy keeps interrupting you or dismissing your thoughts, it's okay to say, "I don't appreciate if it's you. Let me finish." And if the disrespect keeps happening, don't be afraid to create a distance. Remember, you're not asking for too much by wanting respect. Setting boundaries might feel uncomfortable, but it's how you protect your peace and show how you value yourself. And another thing, know when it's time to walk away. If you communicated your boundaries and it still doesn't respect you, it might be time to distance yourself. Sometimes the best way to handle disrespect is to remove yourself from the situation entirely. Walking away is not a sign of weakness, it's actually a powerful way to show that you're not going to settle for anything less than disrespect. So remember, recognize the signs, value yourself, respond calmly, set boundaries if necessary, walk away. Disrespect say more about the person giving it than it does about you. Okay? So we've seen a lot of situations where you're disrespected, when you're talking to your man, he talks you back or he tell you bad things. Some of it, man, they even body shame you. Okay, They forget that you were pregnant at one time and you had their babies. They start body shaming you. I don't like your body. You look fat, Instead of helping you, like, okay, babe, you can start working out, or maybe we can be going to the gym together, or just riding bicycles, or just taking walks together so that you help your body to come back. Instead, they body shame you and they start cheating on you. Okay, so that's not nice and that's not friendly. So a lot of people can disrespect you in different ways, especially men. So men can even start flirting with other ladies in front of you. Okay? So they start flirting with another lady. That's disrespect. If someone respects you, he can't do such a thing. Why are you flirting with another girl in front of me? Why do you want what do I need to see? Of course, like, you can't just tolerate that. If a man cheats on you, that's disrespect, guys. Okay? So why are you cheating on me if I'm there for you? So these things happen a lot of time. And sometimes, ladies, they just forget and forgive. We are too nurturing. You get my point? Yeah. So guys, I don't know what you think about today's video. Have you been disrespected in any way, and how did you handle it yourself? Okay, so I hope you've learned from this video how you need to handle if someone disrespect you. Don't try let disrespect, because it will be a continuous situation. So guys, all I want to say is thank you so much for coming to my YouTube channel to watch this video. And guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow this channel, because I create amazing content. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.